Alrighty. All right, so for today's class, you need some dumbbells close by, different sizes. If you have them, we have some options for going a little bit heavier as needed. I have a kettlebell there for some of the squats, but I'll let you know what we use and when. So let's step it back. If you have a smartwatch, don't forget to start it. And we're gonna step it back and go into some mobility work. So we're just gonna start with those arms up. And as we hinge at the hips, we're gonna stand it up, back and up. We're just going to start moving our body. Sit those hips back, pressing into the heel. Last one. All right, walk it out into a plank position. All right, from here, we're going to bring it into our nice high plank. We're just going to rock back into a down dog. Go about 10 times. So think back and forth, stretching through those hamstrings, bending the knees as needed. Good, one more. All right, stand it back up, walk those feet into the hands. All right, let blood come back to the rest of your body. We're gonna pick those knees up to the side. Let's go with the right leg first. I'm just bringing it up, get those hip flexors. A little bit of love before we decide to make them work for us today. All right, same thing, other side. Pick that knee up. I'm bringing it a little bit on that diagonal, not just straight in front. Good. All right, right leg is gonna come up. We're gonna bring it up as high as you can, out to the side, and bring it down. Same thing on the left. All the way around. Good. All right, take it into a nice wide sumo. And I want you to think of going down in little teeny bits. So knees bend a tiny bit. Knees bend a little bit more. Make sure that tailbone is facing the floor. So tuck those hips under a little bit. You should feel the stretch in those hip flexors. A little bit lower. Little lower, wherever your stopping point is for how low you can go. This is we're just going to utilize as a stretch because one of our first exercises is a sumo squat. So I want to get us nice and warm before we add lots of weight to this. And you can do today's class with no weight. You have some dumbbells you did use. Pick those up. All right, step it together. Take it out. We're just going to give those arms a little side to side stretch. Good. All right, so we have 3 lower body exercises. We're gonna do 3 times through. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we have 3 upper body exercises that we are gonna go through, same type of format, along with 4 exercises at the end. So let's get started. Let me bring my notes up so I don't lose track. All right. We are gonna start with, like I said, a dumbbell sumo squat, but we're gonna add a bicep curl in there because why not? So 1 dumbbell or 2 dumbbells if they're lighter. I'm gonna use 1 15-pound dumbbell. So I have 15s here. I also have 8 5s. So I'm gonna start with the 15. And our goal here is to get to 10. If you're using really lightweight, you can go to 12. If you're using really heavyweight, go to 8. So point those toes out to the sides, roll those shoulders back and down, squeeze those arms in, slide down that wall. Once you hit the bottom, add a curl. 1, stand it up. 2, from the side, nice flat back. 3, Try not to swing those dumbbells. 7, control it coming down. 8, 9, and 10. Now, if you're using light weights and you feel like you can do 2 more, finish up 2 more. You're here, might as well put in a little bit of extra oomph for that. So we have an RDL with a B stance position. So if deadlifts are not for you, you're gonna do these non-weighted with just hinging at the hip. So this is the movement. 80% of the weight is on that one leg. So we're gonna do the right leg first. So start feet hip width apart. That left foot is right next to my other foot, basically in line with my heel, and it's just there for support. From there, our hips hinge and we send our butt to the back and we stand it up and we squeeze. Just like that. So if you'd like to add weight to these, I'm gonna add my 15 pounds to this, so I have 30 altogether. We're gonna do about 8 on each leg. Like I said, it's very depending on how much weight you're using. So, have your weights. Go ahead and pull those core muscles in, roll those shoulders back and down, squeeze those juices, squeeze your limes underneath your armpits. Get those hips back, slide the weights down, scoop out your shin, and stand it back up. Stay forward and back motion with the hips rather than up and down with the back. Really feeling the stretch in that right hamstring. Seven. 8, I'm gonna stop there. Feel free to do 2 more. If at any point this does not feel right for you, you can do a regular normal deadlift, just hinging at the hips, and go from there. We are gonna do our left leg before we move to our next exercise. So, good, pick the weight up. That right leg is going to get our kickstand. Here we go. From here, shoulders back and down, tuck those glutes in, get back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those weights are just sliding right down the legs. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Another good way to do these, to make these even extra harder, is to put your foot up on something like a bench if you use the gym, and do single leg deadlifts with your foot up on a bench. You will feel it that much more. All right, we're gonna make our way down to the floor for our single leg dumbbell bridge. So, dumbbell on the lap, we're gonna do 1 leg at a time. If you have a bench or a box and you would like to do elevated, you're more than welcome to throw that leg up on there. I'm gonna use an 8-pounder for this one, the single leg bridges. They get a little tough sometimes. So, you wanna put the weight over the hip of the leg that is working. So for us, that's our right leg. So you wanna guide that weight towards your right hip and you're gonna hold on to it so it doesn't fall off or roll up. That left leg is going to extend out straight. From here, we are going to squeeze our glutes, lift your tailbone off the floor, bring it up, and back down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, let's go for 10, 9, and 10. Bring it down. You can also hold your dumbbell the tall way and put the base of the dumbbell right on that hip bone and hold here. When you lift that leg, it doesn't need to come all the way up to here. Keep it in line with that knee. So it's really only going from here to here. All right, here we go. Left side. Inhale, pull that core in, squeeze the glutes, press through that heel as we lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. Now, if this was a challenge for you, you can do these without the weight or keep the weight in just both legs at the same time. We are done with our, basically what I call our sample set. So for the next 3 rounds, we're gonna do our next 2 sets together. So our dumbbell sumo squat with a curl, we're gonna do 2 sets back to back. RDL, 2 sets back to back, and then finish with our single leg bridge back to back. So think of it as a warm up for 2 sets. So grab the weight that you'd like to use for your sumo squat with your curl, because we're gonna hammer these out. All right, nice big inhale. You're gonna bring it down nice and slow. Down and up. Curl 1. 2, squeeze those elbows in. 3, 4, 5, 12. 2 more. Make sure that tailbone is still pointing towards the floor. Last one. Good. All right, we are going to break, but we are going to repeat that again. I'm going to have to turn on my fan. Getting toasty. Get ready. All right. Here we go. Remember, we want to take these nice and slow and controlled. I know it's tempting to want to just fly through those ends reps. Here we go. Bring it down. Curl it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Remember, in those sumo squats, keep that back as flat as you can. Instead of being here and watching that low back arch, that's what I mean, turn that tailbone down towards the floor. Gonna help neutralize that spine a little bit more and take that pressure off the low back when you squat. All right. Got myself winded. All right, we got RDLs, V stance or regular stance. I'm gonna switch to my 8s for these. All right, starting on the right leg, left leg is going to be our kickstand. Think toes in line with the heel. All right, soft bend in that right knee, shoulders down and back, those arms in, tuck the tailbone under, sit those hips back. I know it's a lot to remember, Down and up. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to go 2 more because I got some lighter weights today. Your foot starts to cramp like mine is. Go into a regular left foot. Okay. Same thing left side. All right. Hip width apart. Right foot, toe to heel. Drop those weights, shoulders back and down. Strong core. Glutes tuck under. Hinge at those hips, decrease that angle. Feel that stretch. Press those hips forward to pull yourself up. Eight, 9, and 10. Stop. Deadlifts can be tricky, but with good form and practice, you can get better at them. All right, we have our second set of those coming up. Here we go. Back to that left leg. Popping, hold there. There we go. Send it back. And again, at any point, drop those weights. If we're still working on building up strength in that low back, it may be a little bit more intense for you. But if you ever feel painful or you feel pinching, go ahead and just drop those weights. Quick mornings, take some time to stretch those hamstrings. All right, 3 more. All right, great. Give yourself about 15, 20 seconds. Or move to the other side. I got really ambitious with these one time at the gym. I did really heavy weight and I totally shouldn't have. And I cramped my legs up so bad that I couldn't walk. I had to sit on the floor of the gym for like 20 minutes with my legs like. So listen to your body. I know it's exciting to up weight, but start low and slow. All right. Other side. Inhale, shoulders back and down, back to tailbone, sit it back. Three, you can also limit range of motion. Just bring it right down towards the knees. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. All right, let's bring it down to the floor. We have our single leg glute bridges. All right. Have my 8 pounds. All right, we're gonna do that right leg first. Left leg is going to lift. All right, hold that weight. Now you wanna think of starting your feet in really close and then slide them about 6 to 12 inches away from your glutes. The closer your heels are to your glutes, the more quad focused you will feel this. If you want it to work more of those hamstrings and glutes, slide those feet a little further away. All right, extend that left leg out straight. All right, inhale, slow press, lift for 1. Lift 2. 3. 3, that left leg is just an extension of your hip. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo. Same to the other side. Again, modify to what you need today. If that single leg is a little much, go ahead and do a kickstand version. So same thing, that just like in our deadlift, that foot's just there for a little bit of support, but it's not all of the weight. All right, here we go. Inhale, lift 1, lift 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, feeling it, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Breathe, we are repeating. I'm going to omit the weight for this last set. Whew. All right, same thing of rolling that tailbone up, low back pressed into the floor. Here we go, right leg. 3, 2, 1, squeeze, lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also bend that knee and extend it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you want to add some spice to the top, hold it, then bring it down. Whew. All right, we got one more set, and then we're going to move to our upper body. All right, left side. That heel a little further away. Target those hamstrings and glutes. Here we go. Inhale, squeeze, lift. 1, 2, 3. It is that full left leg that is lifting. 4, 5. These are intense. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you feel like it, hold it for 3, 2, 1. Bring those knees into the chest, give them a stretch. I'm sorry if you feel those tomorrow. Whew. All right, take a quick stretch, whatever feels nice. Time to get into a straddle. We are going to start with some rows, chest presses, and some overhead presses. So, with our rows, we are gonna do a bird dog row. So because we're working on the floor, it's gonna limit our range of motion a little bit. So feel free to go a little heavier. If you have a bench, feel free to do this on the bench so you can get that arm all the way down. I'm gonna use my 15 pounds here. It's a bird dog row. So we're gonna start in the arm that we're gonna focus on first, which let's say is our right arm. Hands in knees position, that one hand is on your dumbbell, and you're just going to row that all the way back up towards the hip bone. So when you're rowing, it's coming back. Not coming up towards that armpit, it's coming back towards that hip. But from there, we're not done yet. Opposite leg is going to extend, and we are going to hold this position here. So we are going to work our core, our glutes, and our stability all while we're rowing. Really fun on a bench where you have to balance yourself on the bench. It's a lot harder. The floor is a modified version. All right. So find the dumbbell you would like to start with. And we're going to send the left leg back. Right arm is going to row, so go ahead and lock in that core. Lift, row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it down, switch sides. How we doing? All right. Feet hip width apart. Hands down. If you need to use the other dumbbell to hold on to for your wrist, that's also another option. All right, from here, right leg extends out, squeeze through. That core strong, ready, and row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeezing that leg. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And breathe. Grab a sip of water if you need to. We're going to repeat. We're going to do all 3 exercises in a row before we move to the next one for upper body. I think it's a better way to really target those upper body muscles sometimes when you're working with either less space or lighter weight. All right, back to the other side. I forgot which side I did first, but that's okay. All right, left leg out, extend. Squeeze through and row 1, 2, 3, 4, find that balance. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you find yourself struggling with any stability or balance issues, go ahead and pop those knees both down on the ground and do your rows on those hands and knees. All right. Right leg out. Left arm rows. Lock and load. And row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10. All right, we have one more set of these. All right, almost there. Here we go. Last set of our rows. Find that position first. That leg out. Through. And then if you notice that your back feels arched, try to, again, tuck that tailbone under. Those hips square to the floor. It's hard. This is not an easy exercise. Modify by tapping that toe down to the ground. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're almost there. Power through. Let's get through this one. Send that leg out. Square the hips to the floor. Keep that core engaged and row it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. All right, roll that weight away. All right, so we just did our pulls. I like to try to balance our exercises. So next we are gonna do a push with our chest press. So catch your breath, grab a sip of water. If you have a bench, you can do this on a bench. If you're working on the ground like me, you're gonna meet me on the floor. I'm gonna use my 15 pounders. Oh. All right. Get nice and comfy. Now there's 2 different ways that you can do your chest press if you are on the floor. You can keep your feet down and use them for a little bit more stability, keeping that core nice and strong. If you would like to engage your core a little bit more during this exercise, you're gonna bring your legs up to tabletop. You don't want them to inch in towards you. You wanna keep those knees over the hips enough so that you feel your core working. You're gonna do your chest press in that position. So you have 2 options here. With your chest press, elbows are not, you don't want to keep them too far out to the side. So think of bringing them into about 45. So when those weights come down, if you are on a bench, they should tap basically right on your pecs or your armpit. That's where they should come down to press up, down. So it's going to limit that shoulder mobility a little bit more. If we have them really far out to the sides, it pinches our shoulders a little bit more than we would like them to. So, however you got to get your weights. All right. Pull those weights up, bring those elbows out to that nice 45. I'm going to start my first set with my legs in the air. Inhale, we are going to press up 1, down, up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you can do 2 more, let's do 2 more. Bring it down and rest. Whew. So if you are using weights, or even with the 12 reps, if you feel like you could do 5 more or even 10 more, that's your sign. Look for some heavier weights. Increase those weights just a little bit. That last rep, especially in your last set, should be your hardest one. It's hard to push ourselves sometimes. Even I struggle. All right. Second set, here we go. Get those weights up. Core to the floor. Same thing whether your knees are up or if they're down. Elbows. Squeeze that core and press it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knees over hips. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, I'm going to go more. And rest. All right, breathe. Got about 30 seconds until our last set. And then we are going to finish with our Arnold presses. All right, you got 10 seconds. Here we go. Grab those weights. Roll it back. Here we go. Inhale. And let's go. 12. 11. Now backwards. 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, we are going to do this next round either seated, kneeling, or standing. If you have sensitive knees and kneeling is not your forte, then I recommend standing or seated on a chair. We're gonna do our Arnold presses. I'm gonna switch to my 8 pounds because they are difficult. So our Arnold press, or at least how I like to do them, is I curl them up. Palms basically start facing towards your ears, and as we press up over the head, they turn out at the top. There are some different versions where they open out to the sides and then they press, like that. We're not gonna do that today. Just add that little twist in there. So find a weight that feels good. You may need to modify. We're gonna go for 8. If you can get 8 easily, go for 10. All right, keep that core nice and strong. Here we go, press it up. Turn it out at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm already feeling these. 6, 7, and 8. I'm gonna go 9 and 10 and rest and breathe. Your options are either decreasing your weight so you can match those reps again, or lessen the reps and all. If you get 6, you get 6. If you get 7 or 8, that's fine. As long as you are really hitting that max last rep, you're doing good. Woo. All right, we're gonna take about 10 more seconds. A little bit longer rest periods for these. I know these are a little clear. I usually take pretty short-ish rest periods. Really just is preference and how long your attention span is. All right, next set, let's go. Bring it up. Strong core. Press it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. If you can do 2 more, I want you to do 2 more. The rest. We're gonna finish with 2 core exercises back to back to back to back. It'll be a quick core round after this. All right, that's that. If you need a little bit more time to rest, take a little bit more time. Meet me when you're done. All right, I'm gonna go for 10. Here we go, curl it up. Nice neutral spine. Press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, full extend, 6, 7, 8, oh, I regret, 9, and 10. Nice job. All right, we have Russian twist, side to side, and then we have a weighted dead bug. So we're gonna start with our twists side to side. Now you can use no weight or you can use lightweight. I have my 8 pounds here. We are going to roll it back with the shoulders, and we are gonna go right into it to finish strong. Option here, feet can elevate to make this a little bit harder. From here, we're gonna go to the right, tap the weight, back and forth is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go 12. And break. Nice job. All right, options here. Where you have a light weight. So I'm going to hold my 8-pound or my 5-pound. Really, it's up to you. We're gonna hold that weight straight up from the chest. Legs come to tabletop. Make sure that low back is pressing into the floor. There should be no space underneath that low back. We are gonna send that foot out and back in. Think to the corner of your mat. 2, and in. 3, extend it out. 4, 5, keep breathing. 6, 7, 8. We're gonna go for 10. 9. Last one. And rest. Bring that weight down. All right, last one in this set is going to be butterfly crunches. I'm gonna add them in there. So this weight can stay either on the chest or drop the weight to the side and cross the arms over. We are just going to lift shoulder blades up and lower. Lift 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Eyes up at the ceiling. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, rest, take a second. We're not gonna take too long because I want us to get through the final set of these. All right, we're almost there. Here we go, back to our twist. Lean it back to the right side first. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. Bring it back. Extend up on those arms. Extend. Low back pressed into the floor. Here we go. Modify by bending more and just tapping the toes down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. All right. Butterfly, knees come apart. Make that low back is again pressed to the floor. All right, I'm gonna just drop my weight to the side and do these body weight. Arms cross, inhale, lift. 1, 2, 3, 2 more. Good, and rest. All right, we are almost at time. I'm gonna give us the last 30 seconds to hold our plank as our finisher. So go ahead, come on into your plank position. We did so good this whole class. Let's finish it off strong. Go ahead, come on onto those elbows and hold. Send those knees up. Lock and load those core muscles. Squeeze those legs. Squeeze your glutes all the way through. Only 30 seconds. We're already through halfway. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Go ahead and take those hips, bring them down into an up dog or a cobra. Give the core a stretch, rock back to a child's pose. Bring it up through a down dog. Come on up to standing. And give yourself a good old high five. Don't forget to hydrate. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. I hope you had a good class. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you next time.
What was the word of the day? I logged on a little late.
Your guys are keeping me accountable. It is perfection. The word of the day is perfection.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, guys. Word of the day is perfection.